Hey everybody, David here, and today I'm going to be talking about Batman the Killing Joke, the new animated Batman movie starring Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman, Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker, and Tara Strong also returning as the voice of Batgirl. These are three iconic voices to hardcore Batman fans who have followed the Batman animated legacy since Batman the Animated Series back in 1992. And I'm going to start this off with saying it was great listening to these actors back in their roles. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill have returned to these voices here and there throughout video games and other animated films, even though it doesn't directly tie into Batman the Animated Series. Literally, the last time we saw them or heard them together in animated form was in Justice League, the animated series, and then we've heard them once again in the Batman Arkham Asylum games together. Kevin Conroy has done a little bit more of the voice of Batman than Mark Hamill has done of the Joker, because he's lent his voice to some other animated direct-to-video features and such, and animated TV shows. Mark Hamill is starting to get back into the game now, so that's really cool. So this movie is based off the popular graphic novel from Alan Moore, and I read this book, this comic, and I will say that this movie pretty much is a good, faithful adaptation. The problem maybe is for some fans that the first portion of the movie is a completely original story that's added on to The Killing Joke. For me, that wasn't a problem because the first half of the movie, without trying to give too much spoilers, is actually a Batgirl movie. It gives a little bit more information on the Batgirl character, on Barbara Gordon, who she is. There might be a fling. You might have seen the clip online. I've seen it online. So that means the director and the producers don't really care about keeping this part of information a secret, but there is a relationship between Batman and Batgirl in the movie, maybe even a little bit sexual. And for me, I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to give us a little bit of Batgirl before the big moment in The Killing Joke. If you read The Killing Joke, you know what happens to Barbara Gordon. That changes her life completely going forward from there. And with that being said, I think it was good for the directors and the producers to go with this route on Batgirl, because it allowed us for people that don't know the character of Barbara Gordon, it allows them to understand who she is before that big moment. And so for that, I think it works. And the Killing Joke storyline is so short anyways. It's not a big graphic novel. It's not like 8 issues put together. It's not like the Death of Superman's storyline or The Dark Knight Returns. This is a storyline that could have been done maybe in 40 minutes, maybe half an hour, and been done right, because it is done right once it gets to that storyline and starts focusing on the Joker. So basically you're getting 2 stories in one film. You're getting a Batgirl movie in the first half, and then you're getting a Joker story in the second half. And I think the Joker story is what we're all wanting to see, especially once you hear Mark Hamill going. It's really interesting. And I thought some elements in the first half of the story would have crossed over in some way into the second story, the Joker story, which it didn't. So I feel like it was 2 separate stories. That's why I feel like it was 2 separate stories. It was just to prepare us for the character of Barbara Gordon, so we have more of an emotional stake and an attachment to her as well. And we understand that we understand where Batman is coming from. We understand his anger and his passion for trying to bring down the Joker. The animation, though, made me kind of think to myself, man, these direct-to-videos, even though it was great, like watching a direct-to-video, something that is meant to be direct-to-video or DVD on the big screen, you can tell that this type of animation is not something that like anybody is going to go and pay for. Like I got to go see this for a special screening, and it wasn't like an AVX. You know, I wasn't paying $18, which is usually what $17, $18 to go see a like Jason Bourne this weekend. I'm gonna go check that out. Usually it's like around $15 to $17 a ticket. For this one, it was $12, so it was a little bit less. It wasn't as pricey, but still, I mean, I wouldn't go see every DC animated film, but I'm glad I went to go see this one as a fan. The theater was packed. People were enjoying it, I think. And me and my friends, me and my cousin and my brother, we enjoyed it. We thought it was a good movie as hardcore DC animated fans, superhero fans in general. We really enjoyed it, and we thought it was a good story. The rated R-ness of the film, it's not as heavy as I was expecting. I was expecting a few F-bombs. We didn't really get that. But there are some bloody elements, some headshots, and some violence that's more brutal than maybe some of your typical anime. I think Justice League, the one with the Flashpoint Paradox, and even maybe Under the Red Hood was just as violent. That's maybe just me, but that's how I felt. I felt Flashpoint Paradox should have been maybe rated R in terms of how much violence that had and the kind of violence it was. I would say it's on par with that, but there are some words here that are said that they wouldn't have gotten away with in a PG-13 film. But still, no F-bombs. What's up with that? With all that being said, guys, I really enjoyed The Killing Joke. I'm going to be serious. If I were to rate it, I'd probably rate it an 8, 7.5, 8 out of 10. I thought it was good, and I'm definitely going to be buying it on Blu-ray. And I'm looking forward to seeing it again on Blu-ray because I enjoy all the DC animated films. There's a few maybe I don't enjoy as much, but for the most part they're enjoyable movies, especially if you're a hardcore fan and want to see faithful adaptations of the comics. So, with that being said, guys, I think I'm done here, so I'm going to say subscribe to my channel, like this video, don't dislike it because that button sucks, and follow me on Twitter at iCrazyDavy. I have a Facebook page dedicated to all my videos, as well as that's it. Okay, so with all that being said, guys, take care.